Hey, what is up everybody? I'm Kesh and welcome to another one of these sketchy Saturday vlogs where I sketch on a good old Saturday. I kind of like those two things together, sketching and Saturdays. Anyways, I'm doing the series on Instagram where I am combining real life photographs and putting my cartoon characters into them. So I just did one 3 or 4 days back, which is like a bee sketch. I'm loving that stuff, man. Like the way I'm painting and the way I'm combining my ink sketches with this thing, it's fab. I'm enjoying it, and I'm that's what I'm doing today. I'm working on a Yoda piece. I just came across a quote of Yoda from Star Wars which is like, do or do not, there is no try. That really struck me, so I felt like, you know what, I need to do a Yoda piece today, and it came out really well because I'm doing this recording after I've completed the piece on Photoshop. And anyway, so I just wanted today want to quickly share my experience and my take on creative block, artist block, or writer's block, or whatever you want to call it. So creative block. So there are two types of people on the internet. So there's this one camp on the internet who says creative block doesn't exist. It's a myth. It's all excuses. You're just fooling around, man. And there's another camp that says creative block does exist. I'm feeling it, bro. Like when I open my sketchbook with my pen and sit down, I'm not able to draw. I don't feel like drawing. Sometimes I don't even feel like opening my sketchbook or taking that paper to write or whatever, something. So there are these two types of camp. Creative block exists and creative block it doesn't exist. And here's my philosophy and take on that. I think they are both 100% right. They're both true. Creative block exists and it doesn't exist. And the answer for me lies in the contradiction of these things, of these two things. That's my philosophy. I just want to share my experience. So back in 2015, I'm just going to tell you a story where I experienced the big creative block of my life, which was in 2015 when I got a job. I had to travel for that job at an agency for like 4 hours every single day, worked 10 hours, then I had like just 14-hour days doing that. I was burnt out, stressed out, and I was still doing the things I love, but I was burnt out, stressed out, just doing this filmmaking thing. I got a job as a film producer, a video producer, where I make videos, and I didn't have the time to draw. I had zero time to draw. I had to come home, sleep, come home, eat, sleep, wake up, eat, go back to work, and repeat the cycle Monday to Saturday. That's how it was for me, and I had zero time to draw on that thing. And here's the thing. That's when I faced the biggest creative block in terms of art. Because, and also one more thing, if you don't manage creative block properly, if you don't monitor it properly, it's gonna be very, very dangerous. So here's what happened to me. At one point during that that year, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give up on drawing, because I had two passions, like filmmaking and drawing. I cannot manage these things, both of these things. I don't know I'm good at drawing or not. I'd probably be a better filmmaker than I'm a better artist. I should do something else. That was a dumb idea, by the way. I'm doing both of these things today, and I'm just combining them and loving them. Anyways, so that's what I had. I was really thinking of that. I really remember the experience where I was walking down the office hallway when I had this thought. Then I completely freaked out. Then I told myself, you know what, if I'm gonna give up, I'm just gonna keep it as a side hobby. Meaning, I'm gonna do a daily sketch. That's the thought that came into my mind. So started doing a daily sketch because I was really inspired by all these people like Chris Ayers and all those people who were doing a daily sketch for like 10 freaking years, man. That's amazing. So I was like inspired. You know what? I'm gonna spend 30 minutes a day to an hour to do this daily sketch thing. And that's what I did. I started daily sketch at the end of 2015. I did it for like 100-ish days or so. And a weird thing happened. I gained momentum. Yeah, I gained momentum. So as I started to gain momentum, my creative block-ish type thingy, right, started to disappear. It was so weird for me because whenever I opened a sketchbook, I never felt like drawing. But after doing something for every single day for like 80 to 90 days, I came out of that rut of not being able to draw. And my mindset changed. I went from giving up art to, you know what, I'm going to pursue this even more this time. So for me, momentum is a big motivator. Like if I gain momentum on anything, I'll be able to crush anything, man. So I just need momentum on stuff. So weirdly, then I did the daily sketch for 80 to 90 days. Then I stopped. I'll give you the reason why. Then I started again at 2016, went for 6 months. Then I stopped. Then I never faced creative block right after that till now. Till today, I don't think I've had a day where I didn't feel like drawing. There are days where I don't feel like drawing, but I do it anyway. That's a big key. So that was a period where I was facing a big was one of my most substantial creative block experience. And right now, these are the days I am in right now. The present moment are the days where I don't experience creative block. I have like a very minute little percentage of that thing that exists. But here's why creative block exists and it doesn't exist for me. Creative block exists because I lack momentum. I lack practice. I'm not doing it every single day. I don't have the raw materials in my brain to work on my sketches or my art pieces, meaning I don't have enough material in my creative bank account, which is a term coined by Jake Parker, which is amazing because I've been using that ever since I came across it. Meaning you have this bank account in your head where you put in raw materials and you make art out of that. Basically, at least that's how I see my art process. I consume the life around me and all the media and the pop culture and the people around me, all the things around me, all the philosophies of all that stuff. I consume it, I regurgitate it, and I shit it out. That's the best explanation for my artistic process. So that's how I do it. So I lack inputs. I am probably stressed out. When I was in that job, I didn't eat properly, I didn't sleep properly, I didn't exercise every single day. So all these things are very, very important if you're an artist, because being a creative person is not easy. At least that's how I see it. It's a very draining thing. I think every creative person, every artist in this world probably should see them as like a world-class athlete. These athletes like have their training before us, which is our art, our performance. And after that, they go and focus on their food and rest and recovery. And that's what we need to do. Focus on our rest and recovery through sleep, through proper exercise, through proper food, through proper deloads. Meaning, that's a term in working out, where you take a week or two off to get back to work out a lot harder. So have deloads mean have vacations, basically. Having a what do you call that? Taking the time to evaluate stuff and gain some perspective. So that's why for me, creative block exists. Creative block doesn't exist for me because I lack excuses. I don't put out excuses. I don't say I don't feel like drawing today. I don't do it. I do things. I've adopted the mindset that I need to do art, every single day, whether I feel like it or not. This is a big thing which I've learned recently. There's a quote by Chuck Close, a famous painter, who says that inspiration or motivation is for amateurs. The rest of us just show up and get to work. So that's the philosophy for me in terms of art. I do it every single day, whether I feel like it or not. But I've changed my daily sketching habits recently because I've been getting elbow pains because I've been drawing too much every single day. If you're not aware of if you're not aware, artists are really prone to getting tennis elbows and golfer elbows if you're not properly taking some rest or doing some proper stretches and all that stuff, or having some proper recovery. So I've been having that. So I am still drawing every single day, but I'm varying the intensities at which I'm drawing. So some days I draw for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Some days I just draw one smiley and call it a day, because I need that day for my right arm to rest and recover. So all that stuff. So that's how I see creative block. It doesn't exist. It does exist. It doesn't exist. And one of the best ways how I manage, sometimes you really need to know, sometimes some days you just need to do it anyway. Some days you just need to feel it right inside, just be honest with yourself and tell yourself that, hey, I'm not saying excuses today, I'm really tired today, so probably, I'm just gonna go easy today. So need to be, and there's a lot of honesty that comes into play, and there's a lot of intuition and feeling, whether it's to push through or to take a step back. So that's how, for me, I use one of the best ways I use is have a routine, a standard routine. So I work from Monday to Saturday, take Sundays off. I used to work all the freaking time, not good for me at least. So yeah, have a routine and do art every single day at different intensities. Those are my 2 steps, and to eliminate creative block. And creative block exists. It exists, and it doesn't exist completely because of me, because I am the reason for that thing to exist and for it to not exist. I can control its existence and non-existence to large degree with what I do and how I feel, how I perceive the world, all that stuff. So that's how I see creative block as. And a lot of the times for beginning artists who are saying they're facing creative block, is probably, most of the time it's excuses for them not wanting to draw or pushing through. And a lot of times it's excuses, so one needs to be honest with themselves and just push through or take a rest. So anyways, so that's my take on creative block, man. I'm doing this thing for the second time because the first time was way too long, so I thought I'll just condense that a bit more in the second recording. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'm really loving the way these pieces that I'm doing turn out these days. I love the way this Yoda piece turned out, and I'm going to be doing a lot of this stuff on Instagram, so go check that out. And I said I'll be uploading every Wednesday and Saturday in my previous videos. I'm able to maintain the Saturday schedule. The Wednesday schedule is a bit too hard for me, so I'm just going to stick with Saturdays right now and slowly improve, incrementally optimize, one step at a time. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next Saturday with a really kick-ass video that I am making right now. Bye bye.